KC Singh, Maroof, Raza, General Jaswal, Brigadier Mahalingam from the Indian side. From Islamabad, General Rashid, Qureshi, former spokesperson of Musharraf. And Ambassador Ali Sarwar, Naqvi, former senior diplomat and executive director of the CISS. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's begin. We'll get more Pakistani panelists in some time. Now, General Qureshi, you can lose a debate. You can be unprepared for a serious dialogue on terror. You can even confess that, yes, we have been a terror state and we have faulted in terms of being so. But to chicken out before the NSA-level talks is shocking. My first question to you today, and I request you to remain focused on the question, did you or did you not, when the prime ministers of both countries met at Ufa, agree to have a meeting between the two NSAs only and only and only on the issue of terrorism? General Qureshi.
Arnab, before you get overexcited about what you've just said and repeat only and only and only 3 times, I think it clearly shows that India cannot or is not prepared to talk of issues that confront India and Pakistan. Unfortunately,
sir, answer the question, sir.
seem to understand that each time India tries to project to the world that it's a democratic country, which is a peace-loving country, and would like to talk to Pakistan to resolve issues and give its arguments, to come to a conclusion. Whenever such occasions come near, India backs out, backtracks, either cancels talks like you did last time with the secretaries, or this
Sir, I have a picture with me.
At the 11th hour.
Sir, I have a picture with me.
That Pakistan and India.
Sir, I have a picture with me.
And talk and try to improve relations between the two countries.
Sir,
India's now hedging or moving towards cancellation of talks.
I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised.
It's so obvious.
Sir, I'm very surprised.
Explain to the world what India is doing.
Sir, I'm very surprised. I have a picture. I don't know if you can see this here. Can you see this here? Can you see this Islamabad? I can explain to you. There are 2 people sitting side by side. There are the 2 foreign secretaries of both countries, Azaz Choudhry and Jaishankar, on both sides tonight. And they are reading out what is called the UFA agreement. Now, KC Singh on the other side, you probably noticed, KC, saying that General Rashid Qureshi made a very determined attempt to avoid a straightforward answer to my question. My question was, did Pakistan agree or not when they met at Ufa to have a NSA-level talks only and only and only on the issue of terrorism? KC Singh.
Well, if you go by the reading of the joint statement and the statement made by the spokesman of the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India today, we have to believe them. And they said that that was the understanding between the Prime Ministers. But my problem is different. The problem is that it was quite clear, even within 2 days of UFA, that Pakistan had started focusing on Kashmir. As you know, Sartaj Aziz had a press conference even before our Prime Minister had returned from his visit abroad. He had a press conference where he brought the focus back, because he said the allegation started that Pakistan did not put Kashmir in the joint statement. So I think since then the Pakistan government came under pressure, and it has been continuously under pressure, both domestic political opinion as well as elements supporting Kashmiri terrorists and jihadis, and of course the military. And succumbing to that pressure, we have come where we have ended up. We should have anticipated at that stage that they are going in the direction of finally using a meeting with the Hurriyat to sabotage the thing, unless we accepted to broaden the agenda. That was very clear from the very beginning.
KC, let's be very clear. They made a promise. The promise is not made by some lower division clerk of the Pakistani government. And for all that we say that Nawaz Sharif is a puppet, he is weak, he is spineless, he may be a puppet, he is probably weak, and considerably he does come across as spineless. But the fact is, on paper, he is the Prime Minister of Pakistan. So tell me, Ambassador Ali Sarwar Naqvi, the joint statement was agreed on by the Prime Ministers of India and Pakistan. What happened after that? Problem kahan pe hui? Please tell all the people of India what happened after that. Yeah.
Just, okay, the joint statement was it stated discussion on all outstanding issues. Listen to me.
No, I have the statement with me. Don't make it up.
Listen to me.
Don't make it up. I have the copy of the statement released by the... I have another paper.
The joint statement.
Sir, I have another piece of paper.
Discussion on all outstanding issues.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute.
Terror.
Sir, गलत बात कहने आप आपको correct करना पड़ेगा. No, Ambassador Naqvi.
नहीं, आप Ambassador Naqvi. आप गलत कह रहे हैं.
Ambassador Naqvi, आप गलत कह रहे हैं. आपका मैं बहुत लिहाज करता हूं, आई रिस्पेक्ट यू एट अ पर्सनल लेवल, मगर आप बिल्कुल गलत कह रहे हैं और आपको मैं इसलिए इंडियन गवर्नमेंट की वेबसाइट नहीं दिखाऊंगा. मेरे पास पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट की प्रेस रिलीज है. अब आप कहें कि पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट भी कुछ भी मन में आए कहता है. उन्होंने कहा स्टेप नंबर 1 इस्लामाबाद मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फॉरेन अफेयर्स, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Government of Pakistan, 10th July 2015. Please read, sir. Point number 1. Point number 1, a meeting in New Delhi between the two NSAs to discuss all issues connected to terrorism.
Exactly. That is what I am saying.
Connected to terrorism.
That is what I am saying. All issues.
Okay.
All issues.
No, not all issues. No, sorry. There's a big difference. Not all issues.
Not say
no, sir, not all issues. Sir, sorry, sir. All issues connected to terrorism. आप प्लीज इसको तोड़ मोड़ के मत बोलिए आज. आपने कहा all issues related to terrorism, ये कहा कि नहीं कहा?
आप कह रहे थे कि आप you were saying only
yes.
terror. You were saying
no,
only terror.
I am saying all issues connected to terrorism. So we will issue
terror.
So I am telling you, we'll discuss all issues connected to terrorism. You tell me, where does Hurriyat come in that? Where does Hurriyat come in that?
Hurriyat does not come in that.
Then why are you making it issue? Very good. Thank you. आपने आज बिल्कुल सच कहा है. Hurriyat does not come in that.
Is independent.
अरे भाई Hurriyat, thank you.
India with Hurriyat.
Maroof
with Hurriyat is totally
नहीं आप कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं. Ambassador please आप कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं. Hurriyat exactly. मैं तो आपको कॉम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहता हूं. पहले पाकिस्तानी पैनलिस्ट है जो एडमिट करते हैं Hurriyat does not come in that. That is exactly what the government of India is saying, Maroof. That is exactly what we are saying. You have a joint communication drafted by foreign secretaries, signed off by the prime ministers, saying we'll have a meeting on terrorism. उसके बाद U-turn आपने किया. समझाइए भारत के लोगों को कि U-turn क्यों किया, Maroof? I think the Pakistani guests are beginning to admit that mistake, which I'm happy
all issues.
All issues connected to terrorism. Yeah, Maroof.
Ambassador Saab,
Maroof.
With respect, sir, I just want to make 3 quick points. Point 1 is that it is well known that Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif does not have an eye for detail. General Qureshi sitting next to you will confirm that, because apparently General Musharraf briefed him about Kargil, but Musharraf gave him whatever details, but Nawaz Sharif didn't register that. And later on there was a standoff between the two, leading to what happened, and General Qureshi
that's right.
That's the second point, is that Sartaj Aziz is a seasoned...
I have worked with Nawaz Sharif. I have worked with Nawaz Sharif twice.
Sir, I did not work with Mr. Ambassador, I did not interfere when you spoke. Give me 2 minutes. First point is that, and that is recorded by many writers in various books, including General Shahid Aziz, who wrote about it, Ye Khamoshi Kab Talak. The second point is that Sartaj Aziz is a seasoned diplomat. Where did it miss his telescopic eyesight that the word Kashmir was missing in the joint statement?
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a certain euphoria or excitement to start talking to India again, that it missed his imagination. When he came back to Pakistan, it began to dawn on them that this was your Sharm el-Sheikh moment.
Exactly.
And therefore, the army then took charge and said that unless Kashmir is brought back into the forefront, we will scuttle the talks and do everything from firing on the LOC to try and meet.
That is not correct.
Sir, meri baat sun lijiye. No, you may keep denying it. You will also, Ambassador, let me tell you, Ambassador, hear me out. Ambassador, hear me out. You will also say that Pakistan has had 69 years of democracy, and the army was only a caretaker of national interest. They never ruled the country. आप ये भी बोलेंगे? Because आप सबको ये तुतलाया गया है और सिखलाया गया है. But get real, sir. Your military establishment, and General Qureshi will bear me out. Your military establishment has no interest in taking the talks forward.
Wrong.
No, you have no interest.
You are
because
wrong. You are wrong.
Sir, आप 2-3 किताबें पढ़ लीजिए. If you want, I can give you a reading list. And it is written by your authors. It's not written.
My question is my question.
My last point is, if Pakistan doesn't come for the talks, our NSA should go public with what's in the dossier and let the world know that these guys are sponsors of terror. This is the evidence. You give them the evidence, they will scuttle it all. They will hide it all. You are giving them reason to hide all the evidence because intelligence agencies feel that everything should be kept in the cupboard.
Maroof, now 1 second. Now 1 second. I want to get General Jaswal in. With General Jaswal or General Qureshi ko dono side. Let's get them on both sides of the debate. On the one side is General Jaswal, one of India's most senior decorated officers, and on the other side is General Qureshi, who has had the pleasure of being with Musharraf even during the time of their defeat in the Kargil war. Now, my question to General Rashid Qureshi is this. No, General Qureshi, I'm not sure. You're the only Pakistani ex-army officer I know who smiles at the thought of Kargil. Others, give the same expression that usually they reserve for 1971. But my point is not that. My point is this. Now, tell me, तकलीफ तो होती होगी आपको. आपके अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं. कुछ तो उनका इज्जत होगा एट इंटरनेशनल फोरम्स. आपके प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं. अब उनको इस तरह से ह्यूमिलिएट करने में पाकिस्तानी आर्मी को क्या मिलता है? माई इंफॉर्मेशन इज दैट आपके जो फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी एजाज चौधरी, वो और भारत के फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी एस जयशंकर, दे सैट इन अ सोफा इन उफा इन द कॉरिडोर ऑफ द कांग्रेस हॉल एंड दोनों ने बैठ के जॉइंटली दे ड्राफ्टेड द जॉइंट स्टेटमेंट. इट टुक देम 30 minutes. देन दे केम आउट एंड देयर इज दिस पिक्चर ऑफ देम रीडिंग इट आउट. आप आज कहेंगे ये उनका फोटो भी नहीं है. After that, Times Now's reporter Padmaja asked Nawaz Sharif, along with other journalists, ki Nawaz Sharif ji, what do you think about the UFA talks? He said, I'm very happy, I'm very satisfied with the talks and the joint statement. Now you are saying, we don't believe in that joint statement. Do you realize how ridiculous the situation is for yourself?
Who said that?
No, but the joint statement says that you will come to discuss terror. You're saying, no, that is not part of the joint statement. Prove it to me that it is not. Because I have a joint statement and a press release here of the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs which mentions that you're going to have a meeting between the NSAs to discuss issues related to terror. Prove it to me, sir. The evidence is right before you. Aap zara prove kare. The evidence, the picture is there, the press release is also here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can send these pictures to you.
Nobody here has said that we don't believe in the joint statement. No one from this side, from the Pakistan side.
Sir, but you don't believe what is in the joint
sitting
statement.
With me or myself, that we don't believe in the joint statement.
But do you believe in what is in the joint statement? Do you believe what is in the joint statement?
No,
do you believe in every word of the joint statement?
My answer first.
Do you believe in the promises of the joint statement?
Your problem is...
Sir, don't tell me my problem. Do you believe in the promises of the joint statement?
That you get a briefing... get a briefing from RAW and you come here with an agenda and try to put words in the mouth of whoever you've invited.
This is a Pakistani government release.
You see,
sir, this is a Pakistani government release.
Now the point is,
It's a Pakistani government release.
If the Pakistan
this is a Pakistani government release.
The Hurriyat leaders for the last 40 years.
Sir, but this is a Pakistani government release. Where is the Hurriyat mentioned here?
Again.
Where is the Hurriyat coming from?
The point is,
sir,
why are you upset and panicky that
sir, the question is simple to you. No, the question.
I'll tell you.
General Qureshi, logical सवाल है आपसे मैं करना चाहूँगा. My very simple question to you is:
the Pakistan side
General Qureshi
has enough evidence of India's involvement.
So come and discuss terror
in Balochistan and in other areas in Pakistan, and they are going to bring that around.
Maroof.
And when they discuss this,
General Qureshi,
when they discuss this, India is exposed. And unfortunately, the raw
you can
will
keep,
also
sir,
be
you can keep
exposed.
talking about exposing us. You can keep talking about exposing us. Let me ask you,
last time,
sir,
the two
General Qureshi, let me ask you a question.
This
General Qureshi, let me ask you a question.
Our NSA to come over and talk to you about terror, and he's going to come with evidence. You don't want that projected on the media. And that's why
General Qureshi,
heading towards cancellation.
General Qureshi, I've heard you. General Qureshi, I've heard you. Now let me ask you a question, sir. Let me ask you a question. General Qureshi, we've heard you. We've got the point. We are reasonably intelligent. We've got your point. Don't labor on it. I want to ask you a question. You are spokesman. Sir, General Saab, please hear me. General Saab, hear me.
Right?
But General Saab, please hear me with respect. General Saab, please hear me with respect. Sir, I want to ask you one question. Just a simple question. General Saab, one simple question. आपने मुर्तजा राजवी का नाम सुना है? Dawn का correspondent. Have you heard of him? He's written a biography of your ex-boss, General Musharraf, the Musharraf years. Have you seen that book? Page 112 onwards, there is a chapter on Balochistan. And the whole chapter has not a word about India on it. It is all about you're exploiting their gas, you're exploiting their natural reserves, you're bringing in Punjabi labor at Gwadar to build a port out there, you're doing mercy killings and other killings out there where they stand up to you, you're putting in evidence against Nawab Bukti, your ex-boss, General Musharraf, is right now facing charges. For having killed Nawab Bukti. और आप बलूचिस्तान की बात हमें बता रहे हैं?
Correspondent has not accused India of doing what it is doing in Balochistan.
No.
What evidence is this?
I'm telling you what a Pakistan. General Qureshi, I'm telling you what a Pakistani has said. I'm not saying it. उसकी किताब पढ़ के देखिए. I have a signed copy by.
I can tell you hundreds of things that Indians have said.
अच्छा, तो आपके correspondent को हमारे से briefing की जरूरत है. What are you talking about? Do your little homework.
The point is, how are you quoting a correspondent and saying that whatever is written is the truth?
Sir, have you heard of Akbar Ahmed and his book, The Thistle and the Drone? There is a full chapter on Balochistan where he was political commissar. And he has also not mentioned a word about India. Where is your evidence, sir? Why don't you go public? Why don't you go public with your evidence?
Commissar for Balochistan? What are you saying?
Of course. He was your political representative there for a long time. Read his book, The Thistle and the Drone.
When?
He has talked about his interaction with Nawab.
Are you talking prior to 1947?
No. I'm talking whatever he was your political representative, or whatever terminology used. But the fact is, Akbar Ahmed. Akbar, sir, क्या बात कर रहे हैं? आप बलूच anyway.
Who's Akbar Ahmed?
We are digressing. Akbar Ahmed was High Commissioner in UK and now teaches in the US.
Thank God you realize that you're digressing.
I'm saying that you are digressing because you bring up Balochistan. I'll give you any number of, I'll give you any amount of evidence.
Let me come back. Maroof.
Your case is built up on non-evidence.
Maroof, the question is very simple. I think we can't allow the Pakistani guests to dodge and evade that question. They made a commitment. Now, either they say, Nawaz Sharif says, I'm satisfied.
Maroof and Arnab are the ones who don't
Rashid Qureshi, everyone's watching you right now. There's no need to, try and laugh it off.
So they're watching you too.
Yeah, they're watching you too. They're watching you too across the entire country and in 80 countries where there is broadcast. And they are watching me ask you that did your government or did your government not say that there will be a meeting in New Delhi between Sartaj Aziz and Ajit Doval to discuss issues concerned with terrorism. Now you tell me, General Rashid Qureshi, what has Kashmir got to do with terrorism? My second question, please answer this. What has Kashmir got to do with terrorism? Don't avoid the question. What has Kashmir got to do with terrorism? Explain it to me quickly.
Pakistan uses terror to get their...
No, let him answer, let him answer. Let him answer.
Don't you keep saying, are you trying to say that the Kashmiri leaders of Indian occupied Kashmir are now being accused of terrorism?
So what are you saying? I'm asking you, what does Kashmir have to do with terrorism? Exactly. What does Kashmir have to do with terrorism? Why are you bringing in Kashmir? Discuss terrorism.
The point is...
No, you won't get away with this.
If Pakistan...
No, you won't get away with this. General Qureshi, you tell me today. You tell me. You took the question. What does Kashmir have to do with terrorism?
Pakistan and India...
So what does Kashmir have to do with terrorism?
If Pakistan and India are going to address the question of terrorism,
yes,
then wherever this takes place, that has to be included. And if Pakistanis are meeting the Hurriyat leaders,
Brigadier Mahalingam,
why does it bother India?
Brigadier Mahalingam, you please,
recognized by the United Nations, which needs resolution. And
sir, I think now you're losing track. Now you're losing track. So that's why I'm telling you the problem with your army
that needs to be resolved.
So the Brigadier Mahalingam is responding to you.
General Qureshi,
Brigadier Mahalingam.
I must bring out one thing. You are quite clear. This Baluchistan issue about which you are talking came up after Sabine Mohammad's death, after she was murdered. Now, let me tell you what is the problem. The problem is the Pakistan army is in very serious trouble in as far as the 35 people whom your people took out from the Malakand subdivisions detention center. The Supreme Court of Pakistan today is listening to that particular case, and it is going to give a judgment any time. Now, the judgment will put a very serious threat to Pakistan, because over 5,000 people in Baluchistan are gone missing, and that entire thing is going to go squarely on Pakistan's military. It is for that very reason you have been sidetracking the issue and putting the blame on something.
Apologies,
otherwise,
I think
if
you have no idea what you're saying.
Sorry, let me say, if Baluchistan was a problem with regard to India is involved, why wasn't it brought up before Sabine Mohammad's death? It all happened after. Please go into your newspapers, go and study the details, and you will realize it yourself.
No response from the Pakistani guest here now. Second point is
misquoting and saying things that you have no idea about.
Sir,
and I am not misquoting. Please, that the Foreign Office is in possession of evidence of Indian involvement, and that needed to be discussed. And India doesn't want to discuss this with Pakistan.
General Qureshi,
I am not inventing anything. Please go through your newspaper.
Why are you being so kind to us? If you can kill thousands of Indians with mercenary soldiers, why are you being kind, not giving the information about our role in Baluchistan? Why don't you go public? Why are you being so decent now? Where is the reluctance?
We will go public.
You are walking on thin ice.
We want you to go public. Please go public. We will go public with other details.
We are very happy. We are very happy to counter with everything. And I'm also saying that the NSA in India should go public with evidence against you all. There is no reason to give you a veil to hide your shame.
Sir, do you realize here now, General Qureshi, that you are looking
why are you doing it? If there is no reason to do it, why are you doing it?
General Qureshi, please understand this. Be reasonable today. When have Indian diplomats visiting Pakistan ever attempted to do what you are seeking to do here? Did our Foreign Secretary Jaishankar, when he visited Pakistan on the 3rd of March, KC Singh, did Jaishankar say, I am going to meet the representatives from Gilgit-Baltistan? I am going to meet the Baluchi leaders? I am going to meet the separatists from Sindh? I am going to meet all those independence fighters from Baluchistan, including Allah Nazar Baloch and all the other people, or Javed Mengal, or Brahmadag Bukti, or any of the others? Did he say that I am going to meet any of these Baluchi leaders? Not once. No, 1 second. Second point to you. Second point to you.
Problem recognized by the United Nations to this?
Sir, please understand one thing. Now, second question. Sir, please understand one thing. Second question is, you and India are resolved to discuss all issues bilaterally. Then understand, General Qureshi, if you have no argument left, you can tell all the viewers on newshour tonight you have no argument left. My point to you is simple. In the joint statement today, you say that the Hurriyat are the true representatives of the Kashmiri people. Please tell me and understand today you are losing this debate, evident across the entire country, 80 countries where this debate is being broadcast. आज आप कुछ नहीं कह पा रहे इस्लामाबाद से, उसका कारण क्या है? Because you have mixed up things. Now tell me, General Qureshi, as well as Ambassador, tell me, with what evidence can you say the Hurriyat are the true representatives of the Kashmiri people? What is the basis of that feeling? How do you make the Hurriyat the true representatives of the Kashmiri people? Okay, let's discuss Kashmir for a minute. How are the Hurriyat the true representatives of the Kashmiri people?
Arnab, because it is Hafiz saying so.
No, I want to ask the General and Ambassador out there.
That is what we think. That is what we think. That is why we want to make the Hurriyat leaders.
That is the best.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Sir, that's the best answer you can give. That is what we think. Sir, after 66.4% turnout. No, I mean this absurd. No, KC Singh is saying, KC, the Pakistanis say that is what we think. After 70% turnout in the elections. Yeah.
No, he says what is wrong with that? No, I'll just tell him what is wrong with that. What is wrong with that is, why don't they fight the elections and demonstrate the people are with them? Then they run tail between their legs. Let them fight the elections.
Which elections? Sham elections. What elections? We think they are sham elections.
There are no sham elections here, sir. The elections, we sent election observers to various countries in the world. The fairness of the electoral system in India is famous all over the world. This is not Pakistan.
You don't allow election observers in Kashmir.
No, we have our own election. Why should we allow them when we have our own election?
You have an election in Gilgit Baltistan and have a sham government. You have a government which doesn't work. You have a government which is not listened to. That is the status of Pakistan.
Arnab, General Jaswal, please. No, General Jaswal, Maroof, General Jaswal.
That is your prejudiced and totally
Sir, you are losing this debate so badly. Sir, you are losing this debate tonight so badly that I can quite understand and sympathize tonight. I can sympathize.
You tell us, what evidence do you have that the government in Pakistan is not listened to? What evidence?
You want the evidence? Your evidence with what happened this morning?
Yes.
I'll tell you. If you have the patience to listen and not interrupt me for a minute. There have been 5 phone conversations and 2 meetings between your army chief and your prime minister. In all of this...
So?
Listen, in the last 24 hours, in all of this, your prime minister has been given an earful by your army chief. Every single statement of your prime minister has been contradicted. Every single statement of your prime minister has been contradicted. Your prime minister has communicated to the Indian government that the Pakistan army is now holding these talks to ransom. What more proof do you want? Do you not feel bad? आप लिहाज नहीं करते, आपके अपने prime minister हैं, internationally ऐसे humiliate हो रहे हैं. You know, do you want to suffer this humiliation?
The reason...
No, do you not feel bad at what your prime minister has been reduced to? No, General, and by the way, General Rashid Qureshi, what does a meeting with these fake separatists, जिनको आप 2-3 लाख रुपए देके खरीद सकते हैं, or raking up the Kashmir word before the talks have anything to do with the specific issue of terror that the talks are centered on? I am asking you for the umpteenth time, prove to me a link between terrorism and Kashmir.
Hold on.
Prove to me. No, you hold on. Answer the question.
Arnab,
answer the question, sir.
Just now you were telling...
Yes?
Just now you were telling Ambassador Naqvi that Pakistan thinks this. You exactly...
I didn't say he said it.
The same thing.
He said it.
You have, when I asked you for evidence of what went on between the Prime Minister and the Army Chief, you said...
Sir, widely reported in the Pakistani media. I know you don't believe in an independent media, but whatever is left of it, those you have not tried to shoot down. You know, like the GeoTV anchor who your Pakistani intelligence forces tried to eliminate. Those you have not killed already, they are reporting it, sir. They are reporting. Aap pad lijiye Pakistani media ko. Now, General Jaswal wants to come into this. Sir, you are losing the debate. I can quite understand why you don't want to come in for the talk. General Jaswal, please.
कहीं किसी ने ये नहीं कहा
Good evening, General Qureshi. I'll request you for a minute.
Talks ना करें.
Kindly. First, General Qureshi, good evening. Just a minute. In the light of Arnab, I think you should, hats off to you. You'll prove to be a better lawyer. You could extract something out of Naqvi. But that apart, listen, we as a country, it's in our interests to make sure that Pakistan is a stable neighbor. But unfortunately, the events which are taking place there, they are being actually ensuring that we don't have a stable neighbor. Second biggest problem between Pakistan and India is trust deficit. Time and again this has happened. When even your Prime Minister Musharraf, Nawaz Sharif, when he took over, he said, I want to have friendly relations with India. And it's a fact, well known to you, General Qureshi, that General Kayani told him, go slow.
That's true.
Even this time, for that matter, believe you me, I was so happy when I heard that terror is going to be talked, when I heard the joint statement. And immediately after that, once Sartaj Aziz was reading the statement that we have told them that no talks without Kashmir, that will be the centrality of our talk. I predicted that time itself, I said this talk, NSA talk, is going to be a no-go because the trust deficit has again come in. My point is that once you make a commitment, please, for heaven's sake, abide by it.
Exactly.
You people are saying that you're not supporting terrorists. We are getting so much of evidence out of it. You say that we will not support, you're not having terrorist camps. General Qureshi, you're an army man, I'm an army man. I mean, I had even the 12-figure grid reference of your training camps. What are you talking? You mean to say I have not seen the satellite pictures of your...
well said, General Jaswal.
I have seen the satellite pictures of your terrorist camps. What are you talking?
Well said, General Jaswal.
So, you see, let's not bluff each other. Let's have an intention wherein we should look for stable neighbors. Why is the army wanting its eastern front, that is our front, to be active, to remain relevant? And what is the stake at what stake? Let me tell you one thing. You're talking about Balochistan, Sindh. I should say, but India is not interfering, I'm telling you with reasonable conviction. You were 6 feet tall before the Bangladesh thing which took place. You came down to 5'4". India is capable and it can if it wishes to, but we do not want to. You will lose out Balochistan, you will lose out Sindh.
Well said, General.
So let's not unnecessarily blame.
Well said, General.
We will not interfere, but we are capable. And if we interfere, let me also tell you all this tamasha during the Kargil war, as reported by Bruce Reed, who was the intelligence advisor to the president of US, that your nuclear missiles had moved out. You mean to say that we don't have any countermeasures? Whom are you bluffing? The nuclear card? Whom are you bluffing? You think we cannot counter it? Let's be, I think, truthful on ground. Let's have good intentions. Let's be good neighbors. That is my only thing. Then only we can have peace on either side. Sir, otherwise, this impasse will continue.
Well said, General Jaswal, and I want an equal response if there is any from the other side. But before that,
now,
sir.
General Jaswal.
Okay, go ahead.
Where I disagree is that Pakistan, you are trying to convey that Pakistan doesn't want good relations with India. That's absolutely incorrect. It is in Pakistan's interest to have good relations with India.
Counter from General
It is in Pakistan's interest.
It is.
Hold on. Let me answer this.
General
it is in Pakistan's interest. You see? No, either Arnab, you should keep quiet. I've heard General Jaswal. I'm answering him, and you keep shoving in whatever Raw has told you, and you don't want the other side to complete
Sir,
an argument.
I can only laugh at what you say.
It is in Pakistan.
I can only laugh at what you say.
Yes, I
can only laugh at what you say.
And the whole of India is probably looking at you, trying to shove in arguments that you have been told to do.
Sir,
You see,
the whole of India is watching. Sir, the whole of India. Sir, all of India is watching a person called General Jaswal and General Rashid Qureshi debating on the program, and all of India is now asking why Rashid Qureshi, who otherwise is a knowledgeable man, who otherwise is aggressive in making his points, why the same Rashid Qureshi who stood side by side with Musharraf when Musharraf sabotaged what happened in Agra, the same Rashid Qureshi who stood side by side with Musharraf when you were defeated in Kargil, the same Rashid Qureshi is not being able to give a simple answer on why you are compromising what you promised in Ufa. Please answer me, sir. आप सीधा सवाल दे दें, आंसर करें. आज आपको पूरा समय दिया गया.
First of all, every fact that you have tried to convey as a fact is incorrect. Now, in Kargil, India was defeated. Pakistan was not. One. Number two.
You admitted the role of the Pakistan. Oh my God. General Jaswal has to respond to that. General Jaswal has to respond to that now, please. Maroof, Kargil we won't let go. We won't let go of Kargil now. That's a big admission by you. A big admission by you. Maroof is responding. No, we won't let go of the Kargil point. What's it? What's it? General Qureshi, sorry, we'll have to let a rebut on that. General Qureshi, please go ahead.
Let me remind you of 3 harsh facts. Fact 1, you refuse to collect your dead bodies. A victorious army doesn't run away with own soldiers lying dead for us to bury them. Fact 2, Nawaz Sharif ran to Clinton for getting him to mediate. What did Clinton say? And this is in the Clinton diaries published by Mr. Brunch, who was Mr. Clinton's close associate, which says Clinton told him Kashmir is settled, it's with India, now you go back and withdraw from the LOC. Fact 3, if Kargil was such a great victory, why did Musharraf and Nawaz Sharif fall about?
Well said,
Maroof. You benefited. Point one. Second point, Arnab, and I want to remind the general, Pakistani generals, General Musharraf, notwithstanding General Qureshi, Pakistani generals become doves after retirement. They are hawks while in service because their institutional interest demands them to be such. So we'll meet a lot of you in the track 2 circuit. But we get none of you to come out in dialogue process with India when you disrupt the whole process.
Well said, Maroof.
And point 3, sir, you are point 3. You are saying the Hurriyat. You are saying the Hurriyat is the elected. Sir, hear me out.
What happened?
General Saab, you are saying the Hurriyat is elected. But Hurriyat to you, General Qureshi, Hurriyat to you. General Saab, meri baat suniye. General Saab, give me the courtesy of 1 minute. Hurriyat to you is like the good Taliban to the Americans. You buy out those people who will talk to you and you call them good guys. Those who don't want to talk to you, you call them bad guys. The term good Taliban and bad Taliban was coined by the Americans when they wanted to talk to somebody in the Taliban, and those who accepted American handouts were called good Taliban. That is the Hurriyat's analogy for you as the Taliban is to the Americans. So please don't lecture us about Hurriyat status in Kashmir's polity. They are nobodies.
Now, General Qureshi, please tell us, why are you becoming a sham democracy?
Can I add on?
No, General Jaswal also wants to come in.
Can I just add on, Arnab?
Yes, General Jaswal.
You see, even General Aziz, who was in the analysis wing of the ISI, he has written subsequently that it was a temporary tactical victory but a big strategic mistake, Kargil. It is a defeat, strategic defeat. He's himself written over there. So let's not say that you won the Kargil war.
Do you admit that it was a victory?
Please, can I?
Okay.
No, I don't admit. This is your writer. I don't admit.
You just admitted.
It was the biggest folly. No. I said your General Aziz said so. General Aziz said so. It was the biggest mistake.
Are you agreeing with him?
And Musharraf, no. With whom? General Aziz. It is his opinion, he says, but he looks at the strategic victory. He says it's a strategic defeat and the biggest mistake. Even, as a matter of fact, Musharraf told Nawaz Sharif on the 29th of May, this is the kind of relationship that the chief and the Prime Minister has, and you are talking that, okay, oh my God, We are having good relations with the government, and nothing is hidden
Okay,
from
now
him.
let's go back. Now let's go back. Now let's go back to the current. Let's go back to the current. My point goes back to the current. KC Singh back on the debate. Ambassador can come back as well. My point is, KC, Pakistan has been, the civilian government has taken dictation from the military leadership. So the Prime Minister takes diktats, KC, from Army Chief ahead of the NSA talks. They're a sham democracy now. And how do we continue to talk to a sham democracy with Army Chief compels?
Correct.
Sir, it is Army Chief compels you to rake up Kashmir ahead of the NSA talks, even though these talks have nothing to do with the Hurriyat or Kashmir, but exclusively on terror. No, one sec.
When Nawaz Sharif raised...
KC Singh, please.
Nawaz Sharif, listen to me. When you ask a question, you must have the courtesy to listen.
You'll get your turn.
So I'll come to you, sir. Ambassador.
No, but I'm supposed to speak.
Ambassador Naqvi, I'll come to you after KC Singh. I will come to you. I will come to you on why you are a sham democracy after KC Singh.
All right.
Yes, KC Singh, please. KC Singh.
Arnab, it's known to us, to all old Pakistan hands, that there is a triumvirate. There is the jihadi right wing, there is the military, and there are the elected governments. And this play has always been between the three. And if the governments get out of control because the India policy, the nuclear policy, is basically the army's fiefdom. They don't allow it to the civilian government. Nawaz Sharif, the mistake he has been making, Lahore he made the same mistake. He starts thinking that he is in charge. He gave some commitment, he signed the paper, but if you see, there were three elements to UFA. NSA-level talks for terror, DGMOs to stabilize the LOC firing, and the BSF and their counterparts for the international border. The minute UFA ended, the LOC breach of ceasefire accelerated. The army first started at the LOC. DGMOs did not meet, so it was basically saying, Mr. Prime Minister, the mechanism you have created is not acceptable to us. How did you create this mechanism? We will light up the border when we want. We'll bring the pressure and the focus back on Kashmir. The reason they are doing that is that they are fighting, and they've said it. When you ask them, why don't you fight all the terrorists? They said, we'll do it sequentially. We are fighting as at the guys on the west. They are pampering the ones in the Punjab. They want to keep them busy with Kashmir. So that is where this Navid character and others start getting pushed across the border into Gurdaspur, into other areas. These two things happening should have been warning signs for South Bloc, for PMO here, that the Prime Minister there had lost control over whatever understandings they had. My argument is, why are we seeing a train wreck today? We should have anticipated it and therefore postponed it, postponed the visit, done something, because once you reach this level, it's a crisis point. Now the relationship ends up even worse.
But the onus
than
is
what
on
you
them.
Began with.
No, but the onus is on them.
This is not good.
No, but the onus is on them. That's Maroof and General Qureshi.
I'm talking as a diplomat.
Now, I understand.
Doesn't matter.
No, I understand. But the onus is on them.
That still doesn't change the fact.
No, but the fact is, Pakistan conveniently says...
It doesn't matter. It still doesn't change it.
No, I want to go into issue right now at the last part of this debate on who the onus is on. Maroof on one side and General...
Can I speak now?
Sir, the onus...
Can I speak now?
Yeah, but tell me, the onus is on you. The onus is on you because of your decision to try and meet the separatists and then claim you are interested in talks is nothing but an oxymoron. Please remember, Ambassador, please remember that India
We did not say we want... Listen to me. Sir, otherwise, I will walk out of this program. Sir, you never let me speak.
Sir, I do let you speak.
Keep quiet.
No, I'm letting you speak.
Okay, keep quiet.
I'm letting you speak, but don't get worked up.
That the Kashmir issue was raised because of army dictation to Nawaz Sharif. Why did Nawaz Sharif raise Kashmir in the UN General Assembly?
Did he raise it in UFA?
2000.
No, did he raise it? Don't talk about prehistory. Did he raise it in UFA?
Why does Nawaz Sharif raise Kashmir in other forums? Why? It's not the army that dictates to Nawaz Sharif.
No, at that time he was not sure whether he will stay as a Prime Minister or not. His problem was that he was being thrown out.
That's not correct. That is wrong.
It is of course correct. If there was also your Jahirul Islam. His name has been brought up by your own people. I am not saying that.
You think that what you are saying is correct, and
I am not saying it.
That's
for God's sake, remember, For God's sake, remember, I am not
That
saying
is totally
about
wrong.
Zahir ul Islam. It is your people who are saying that he was trying to take out Nawaz Sharif from his seat. That is Pakistan's minister is saying he has lost his job. I am not saying that.
Unless you learn to respect Pakistan as a sovereign state, you will not have good relations and don't invite NSA-level.
Tell me one instance. Why did you invite National Security Advisor? Sorry, you please tell me one instance where India did not treat Pakistan as a sovereign state. Tell me one instance where India did not respect the democracy of Pakistan. Please give me one instance.
I can give you all. Your present,
please, that is what I want.
Your present statement is obvious.
No, Ambassador.
No, you're not being back it up. You're not being able to back it up, Ambassador. Ambassador.
It's unfortunate.
Ambassador.
Should I give you an example which will hurt you?
And this shows the trend that Modi has set in after becoming the Prime Minister of India.
Don't bring in Modi. Modi has nothing to do with this.
World, especially inside his own country.
Please don't bring in Modi. Modi has nothing to do with this. Whatever is happening, it is because of the Pakistan's army.
Sir, Modi. Sir, 1 minute. Sir, Modi.
Of what he's been
Sir, Modi did not. Modi did not force Nawaz Sharif to sign that sentence in UFA saying there will be. Did Modi force Nawaz Sharif to say there will be meeting between both sides? You know, 1 second. General Qureshi, I've been hearing this. General Qureshi.
I want to bring out one more thing.
No, I want to make a point to General Qureshi. General Qureshi, your decision to refuse India's request proves A, you are not serious about tackling terrorism. You are scared about being confronted with solid facts in New Delhi about your involvement in the proxy war. You are trying to rake up Kashmir and insisting on meeting the Hurriyat. Sir, allow me to complete. You want a convenient escape route. You want an escape route. KC is absolutely right. You want an escape route to wriggle out of the talks that would have put you in a corner over your involvement in terror. So come, we want to put you in that corner.
Therefore, Arnab, it is in the interest of India then, if we take what you're saying is to be correct, that talks must be held, and that's what we are interested in.
Absolutely, talks must be held. You're the one who's trying to wriggle out. Talks must be held.
No.
You're the one trying to wriggle out.
You're the one trying to find
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're the one who's trying to wriggle out. Maroof, coming back to the debate. Now remember, these talks will be meaningless if you are not serious about them. And such has been your insistence and rigidity.
You are trying to wriggle out.
Sir, you are trying to wriggle out. Such has been your insistence and rigidity that India has had to issue an ultimatum saying, please talk on terror. This is not about Kashmir. Your determination to scuttle the talks is evident in the fact that you have not given us details of an itinerary as well as the agenda for the NSA talks. You don't want to have these talks.
No, it is because the army chief has not approved it.
Arnab.
Maroof, please.
Arnab. May I, the ambassador raised a question that we don't respect Pakistan's sovereign status. Ambassador, sitting next to you is General Qureshi, who will remember very clearly
closing.
The first person and the first country that gave Musharraf respectability when he announced himself the self-proclaimed president of Pakistan.
Closing the debate.
That India invited him as head of state and recognized the new quasi-civilian regime. Forget about civilian regime that we have repeatedly recognized. Point two.
Closing the debate, Maroof.
The Pakistan media was full of the fact that Nawaz Sharif was beleaguered after he came to India for Modi's swearing in, and therefore he raised Kashmir at the UN. Point three. Terror is an extension of your foreign policy, and somebody as modest as Manmohan Singh also said that.
Okay, Maroof, closing up the debate, we have the political debate. We have the political debate on the other side, Maroof. Only point I'd like to make right now. Pakistan really doesn't know what to do. It wants to wriggle out. It doesn't know how to. Let them land here. Let's talk terror. That's the hashtag. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 1 on the News Hour tonight. Thank you.